The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I'm using the headset, so I want to make sure that y'all can hear me because I don't want y'all to hear any noise or anything like that. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat. I don't like the way this is looking. Let me put this behind. Oh, now the ear won't go in right. Hold on. There we go. I didn't like it just dangling in front of my face. Okay, can y'all still hear me? Put a 1. What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming. I appreciate y'all. Sorry if I'm talking loud. It's because, my ears are plugged, so it seems like I'm talking hella loud. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's low? Wait, where's the mic part? This is the mic part. Okay, let me... Nice earring. Okay, let me put it back in the front. Okay, there we go. Okay, I guess you got to leave it in the front, so you're just going to see it dangling and everything. If y'all like to, first of all, shout out to BB, by the way. She did donate. But if y'all like to make sure that I can get a wireless set, the little AirPods, but I have a Android, so I can't get AirPods. But the ones where you don't see something dangling, go ahead and donate $1 or 2 to the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or send a super chat, super sticker. Okay, it's better now. Thank you, guys. And for those of you watching the replay, what's up, everybody? Thank you for watching the replay. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Let me say what's up to the people. What's up, BB? What's up, Vegas Girl? What's up, Jacqueline? What's up, Anand's mom? Who else we got up in here? What's up, Angela? What's up, Jacqueline from the DMV? What's up, Juanita? What's up, Sheila? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Dana? What's up, Naya? All right. What's up, Chauncey? Thank you for coming. Thank you, Linda. All right. So we got a good crowd already going. And when you guys come in the room, make sure y'all hit that like button. Okay. What story do I want to start out with first? Let's go ahead and start out with this whole Monique situation because, as you guys know, it was reported by People magazine that she was getting a divorce, they were separating and all that stuff. I even did like a little short 1-minute video about the situation, but come to find out they're still together. So I'm gonna post what her, quote unquote response is. And I do want to say that she is going on her YouTube channel today to address the rumors. So I believe it's going to be like around 7:30 or something like that. I think 7:30 her time, so Eastern, 7:30 Eastern. So whatever time zone you in, figure it out. But here we go, y'all.
Just got back from hiking all day. It was beautiful in the Shenandoah. It's awesome. And y'all, Chris, what you got to say about this?
Shop may leave.
Okay, so she flashed her ring or whatever, and they basically laughed it off. Now, my thing is that where there's smoke, there's fire, and this is why I'm saying that because Ashley had said she's going through life-changing things, and she said a couple of things to make us think like, okay, well, there was something going on because why wouldn't she say like everything's good, she's doing well? Let me just play you 2 clips. I'm gonna play you 2 clips, and then we'll discuss it. Y'all ready?
I don't know if you don't want to answer this, but it's not shady. What's your relationship right now with Monique?
Actually, you want to go first? So I had lunch with Monique actually last Tuesday. She's doing okay. She's got some life changes, like all of us, but she's doing well.
So I was at this event downtown DC.
Can you tell me about this?
So it was Woman the King. Woman the King. Yes, and I was on the red carpet answering the questions from the press, and next to me was Viola Davis. Yes. Lo and behold, Miss Monique Samuels comes down and she thought she was going to get on the red carpet and answer some questions, and they asked her to her right on off the carpet. She's no longer a housewife. She's no longer part of Potomac.
She's on the radio. She's on a very popular radio station.
She is.
All right, so then I want to go ahead and play you this clip, and now this clip was actually speaking after the rumor came out. So this is what she said after. And shout out to TV Deets because this is where I got this clip.
And our panel when you said I could have been anything. She could have been getting a new hairstyle. Life changes.
How's she doing?
She seems to be good. They're just taking a break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see right there, she said she seems to be good. They're just taking a break. So that was after the news came out. So I don't think what would be the reason for Ashley to lie? Now, what I had been seeing was that what it actually is that yes, it was true that they were splitting up or whatever. Separating is the actual word, not divorcing, separating. But because they're filming that Love and Marriage DC, they can't let you know what the storyline is and what's going on. So that's why she came out and did the whole Instagram thing, Instagram story to kind of debunk the rumor. But who would lie and be all like, oh yeah, she's going through a rough time or she's going through things just so that I don't think Ashley was lying. I think she was telling the truth. Maybe she said too much and she shouldn't have said nothing at all. Now, I will agree with that. She shouldn't have said nothing at all. But there's something there. Where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what they say, right? I mean, do y'all believe that there's nothing going on and that Ashley just misspoke? Or do you guys think that there was something going on? Put a 1 in the chat. Yes, I think something's going on. Put a 2 if you think their relationship is solid. Well, no, I should say their relationship is okay. Let's do a 30-second countdown real quick. Okay, it's a little mix in here. Okay, I like that. And I like how everybody has difference of opinions. I appreciate that. I definitely think where there's smoke, there's fire. And even though Ashley didn't say, yeah, they're the original. I'm talking about the original video. She didn't say like, yeah, they're getting a divorce. She did say there's life changes. Life changes. That's what she said. And then when the news broke, she was like, yeah, they're just taking a break right now. She would have said, oh, that she would have been like, no, that ain't true. If she didn't know and if it wasn't confirmed that, yeah, ain't everything peachy keen. Let me use another old school term. That's an old school term, peachy keen. So I'm all like, okay, something's going on. Something is wrong. And I think for Monique and Chris, they see this as a failure. If they admit like, yeah, we going through rough times right now and we separating, I believe that their pride is in the way of just saying like, nah, it ain't right now. Some shit is going down. We ain't together. We live in the same house, but everything ain't all right. And I know they have a TV show where they document their relationship and stuff like that. But for me, for me, I don't think these rumors came out of nowhere. But I see some of you guys said that y'all think, and I know Monique has a fan base. Like people do like Monique. I think y'all a little in denial, but something going on. Damn it. Angela said maybe she's not saying anything right now because they're filming. That's what I think too. What's up, Wendy Lucas? Thank you for holding down Facebook. Monique and Chris won't put their own message out. Well, here's my thing. What I'm thinking, they know how to get the blogs talking, and they know how to get people because Monique has a YouTube channel. So for me, I think this is all a ploy, so she can get people talking, and that was free promo for this show. Because which one does everybody talk about? They talk about the Huntsville, the Love and Marriage Huntsville. They don't really talk about the DC. Yes, it's new, but they talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is free promo for them. So definitely, and believe it or not, celebrities do play the blogs. I'm not saying that they're bad people, but celebrities play the blog so they can get their name. It's all about getting your name trending. Even if it's bad, you want your name trending. Let's be honest. Whatever their prayers to them in their union, yes, definitely. Either way, because they are real people, prayers to them. What's up, Barbara? Thank you for coming. Said Ashley told us about her separation before their show premiered, so why can't Monique tell us if it's true? I will remember, Autumn, you got to remember they're on two different networks. So whatever contract they have with Carlos King, talking about Monique and Chris, it's probably different from Bravo. Bravo loves playing it up to the blogs. Carlos King probably doesn't want the same. And she's supposed to be a whatchamacallit. Monique is supposed to be a producer on that show too. So I could see her wanting to protect the brand as well too. That's very true as well. AT2 promo is important. Right, you got to get it trending. No, she didn't send me 21,000, but if anybody want to send me 21,000, please. What's up, Liz? Why start lying about a divorce? Promo. It gets the people talking because let's be honest, now that this is out, we're going to be wanting to know what's going on. It's going to make us curious. Now, for me, I'm still probably not going to watch. But for y'all probably going to watch. Free promo. But let's go ahead and move on to the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, I know a lot of people have been asking me to do recaps and stuff like that, and I'm sorry I haven't done any recaps or anything. Just because I like recapping the reunions more than I like doing like every episode and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and recap this one, because this goes into cheating and all this. So if you guys didn't watch the episode, basically Ashley and Giselle are setting it up to basically make it out that Chris is trying to get some mushu from him. So Ashley starts out by saying, "Oh yeah, he had responded to her Instagram story like, hey, come and hang out." And she was all like, "Oh, I found that weird because does Candiace know about this? Blah, 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 making it a big deal." And then Giselle talked about, yeah, well, I went to, it was somewhere where they were alone. I think it was a hotel, like the hotel or something like that. And he was basically venting about Candiace, and she felt uncomfortable because it was only them in the room, implying that he was trying to get some mushu. Now, I don't think Chris is dumb enough to be cheating on the show with the women. Now, is he cheating, behind Candiace's back? We don't know that to be true, so we can say no. But I don't think that man is dumb enough to be cheating with somebody on the show. Come on now. We got to think logically. So they bring it up to Candiace, and Candiace immediately storms out the room. And she was calling for one of the producers. I think his name was Chris or something like that. She was calling for Eric was calling for one of the producers. The producer she found the producer and she was all like, y'all trying to play. She basically, and I'm paraphrasing, told them that they trying to play her and go get Michael Darby, the butt squeezer, go get Michael Darby if they want to play somebody, but don't do that with her relationship. And I totally get where she's coming from. I think it was more like a friendly kind of thing where he was all like, "Hey, come and party with me." I don't think that man is dumb enough to be all like, "Oh yeah, let's have a secret rendezvous behind my wife's back" or anything like that. Come on now. I just think that's dumb. They trying to play. And by the way, thank you everybody for saying congratulations for the 26K. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see Sherry, I see Mace. Thank you. I like both ladies, but I don't believe Chris was out there close to. Right, right. That's way too close. Unless, unless this is a setup for a storyline, which I mean, they brought it up on camera for a storyline. Because the Giselle thing, she said that happened months ago. She said that happened months ago, and she brought it up on camera. And I think that's why Candiace was mad too. She let Giselle was reaching, right. And I think that's why Candiace was mad too, because all like, oh, you want to bring that up now? Because the way reality TV works is that anything that you say on camera, you have to confront the person with it. So there was no way they were going to be able to say this on camera and not confront her. So Candiace felt set up. That's the real story. That's why she was calling for the producer and stuff like that. And Giselle is a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong. She is beautiful. But if we had to choose Giselle or Candiace, we gonna choose Candiace. I know I am. I'm gonna choose Candiace. Let's go ahead and do a 30-second poll. 30-second poll. Who would you rather, Candiace or Giselle? And again, I want to reiterate, both women are beautiful. And I see some of y'all said both. Okay. Vegas girl said neither. I love how shady y'all are. I love it. I love it. Um, if he specifically went with a younger woman, there's a reason why he chose Candiace. I don't believe that he trying to, nah. And then here's the thing too. Here's the thing too. If you want to cheat, you usually don't cheat with somebody who's going to tell your business, right? Come on now. You usually don't cheat with somebody who's going to tell your business. Giselle would have ran with this and told everybody. Everybody. That man ain't stupid. He know what he was doing. And who brought up the W thing? Hold on. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate bringing up the W. Yeah, and the W is where he works. He's a chef at at the W, at the hotel. So that's where he works. So it wasn't anything like he was all like, "Oh yeah, baby, come over." Doing too much, right? What's up, Keisha? Thank you for coming. It was too much. Both of them have Azor. Y'all crack me up, I swear. All right, let's go ahead and get into our final story. So I already did a short video on this Jen Shah situation. But remember yesterday we were talking about this, right? And we were discussing on whether or not she should come to Bravocon. And I read you a tweet, right? And the tweet, I just seen it for face value, and I really didn't think deeper into it. Y'all, Jen Shah is fired. Bravo severed all ties to her. She is gone. She is fired. However, she's still a part of the season. Let me get the tweet right here. So the tweet has said, Andy says that Jen Shah wasn't at the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City panel at Bravocon because once she pled guilty, it was the end of the engagement there. And he hopes to do, and again, he hopes to do a sit down interview with her because he has a lot of questions for her. So that right there would have told you that, oh, she's not even welcome to the reunion. Like, she's done. Like, he hopes in the future he can have a conversation, but as of right now, she's done. And my thing is like, damn, does Jen know she fired? How you get fired on your day off? Ain't that some shit? And it's not funny that she's fired, but damn, because you would think like, okay, if she's fired, they'll probably edit her because she's a main cast member. You got to remember that. She's a main cast member. Usually, what they do if a star goes through like some kind of controversy and stuff like that, and they kind of want to get them out, they'll kind of lessen their screen time and stuff like that, so you don't see them. But Jen's like the main person on that show, and let's be honest, we all waiting to see her go to jail. That's one of the big things why people watch it. Oh, I want to see her go to jail. Let me watch it. That's one of the appeals. So you take that away, nobody's going to watch it. So that's why they kept her in. Let's be clear. That's why they kept her in, because nobody's going to watch unless we see her on the show and we see everything that goes down. But it's crazy that they fired her and still using her. So it's all like, okay, so where is Bravo's moral compass, right? Where's their morals at? So it's all like, okay, we're going to go ahead and exploit this story, but we're going to fire you. To me, her taking advantage of elderly people, that was a big no. Let's just put that out there. I don't agree. I don't condone that at all. She deserves to get whatever she gets, right? However, Bravo loves criminals. They love people like this. Why would you fire somebody like this when you love this? Like, this is your thing, you know? Maybe because she pled guilty, and Teresa tried to act like she didn't know what was going on. You know, a lot of people in the comments are bringing it up. They're saying that two things. They're saying that defrauding elderly people and tax evasion and, you know, and bankruptcy fraud are two different things. Yes, I agree, but they're both white collar crimes. Also, they're saying that, oh, well, Teresa didn't know. She just signed the paperwork. And so because Teresa didn't have knowledge of what she was doing, that's why it's different. Where they're saying Jen Shah had knowledge that she was doing it. It just, I mean, granted, do I think Teresa should be kicked off the show? No. I don't think that at all. But you're using this woman and you're using her story to try to, you know, get us in there, and then you're going to fire her. Like, damn. Call BS on, right, because they're claiming that the fans are saying this. The fans are saying, that Teresa didn't know, and technically it was her husband who got her into this mess. So what if Jen Shah? And here's my rebuttal for that, y'all. What if Jen Shah comes out and say, "Oh, well, I was just following what the other people did. I really didn't know what's going on. I just signed my name on it." So then, do you feel bad for Jen Shah? So where do we go with this? If we're gonna say like, "Oh, who's worse?" And where are we gonna go with it? I'm just asking. I want to know where does the morals come from? Teresa should have been fired too. It's fair, right? And you got to remember. Now, I'll be honest. I don't watch the Jersey and stuff like that, but I do know that they waited until she got out of jail to pick up filming again. So, because Teresa is a part of the show and she's the main character. You got to protect your brand, and that's what they chose their brand over morals at that time. So you might as well just do that again, because let's be honest, I haven't watched Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You know why? because they need Crosby. Where is Mary Cosby? When they get Mary on there, I'll start watching again. But until then, I'm good. They need her on the show. Church, cult, everything, they need her. If they like, quote unquote bad people and people with good storylines, they need Mary Cosby on there. Right. Because they pick and choose, right? Oh. Oh, that was a little notification. It beeped in my ear. I was like, who the hell is beeping? If not Mary, at least another black woman. Yeah. Hopefully they'll diverse keep the show diverse. And I think one of the things about Salt Lake City is that they just had a diverse cast rather than trying to plug somebody like they did Ebony from Real Housewives of New York. They just plugged her in there. So hopefully they do get a diverse group for next season. We're talking about next season. I agree. Bring back Mary. Okay, a lot of people said bring back Mary. I don't feel sorry for Jen, but Teresa, ignorance of law, right, is no excuse. They say ignorance of the law is no excuse. We've heard that plenty of times. Flipping that table carried her a long way, right? Bravo basically said we will exploit the storyline, but we won't. We want no affiliation, right? And someone brought up in the comment section. I wish I would have saved it and posted it. Somebody brought up in the comment section, and they're all like, "Oh, well, Bravo had to give evidence." That's what also makes this a bigger deal too, because basically they used the footage of her, living this lavish lifestyle and buying these things. Those were used, so that's what people are saying is the difference, that Bravo was a part of this too. Just like with the Erica Jane thing, they had to submit unseen footage to the feds and stuff like that for Erica Jane. And again, she hasn't been charged with anything, but they had to submit it. So Bravo is entangled in this in a way, you know. Mary was all types of crazy. I loved it. Right, you need that craziness. Teresa didn't admit to knowingly doing something wrong, whereas Jen admitted under oath to knowing defrauding her victim. Right. Well, Autumn, we talked about that. That's the thing. Like Teresa says she didn't know, but because she said she didn't know, is that what makes it different? Because she said she didn't know? Because how many times we do something bad and we know we did it, but we play dumb like we didn't. That's what we're saying. They said it was simply because Jen took acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Teresa never took responsibility. Teresa blamed everything on her husband, so she played victim. Right, and that's kind of how I feel about this. And again, we're not trying to talk about Erica because she hasn't been charged with anything. But with Erica, it's like she plays that role like, oh, I didn't know anything. But when you're in a marriage, you know something, right? And remember, I'm not married, so my married people in the chat right now, you know something, right? Do you believe that your partner is able to get away with? No, I don't want to go extreme because I don't even want y'all thinking like that. Okay, let me put it this way: when the money is funny, do you notice or you have no clue when the money is funny? Put a one in the chat, yes. What? Put a one in the chat if you would notice something's funny with the money. Put a two in the chat, no, you wouldn't notice a difference, or you don't you wouldn't know. Am I asking that right? Let's go ahead and do a 30-second countdown and see. Because let's be honest, you know roughly what somebody makes, right? Like for example, I know roughly how much a YouTuber makes, right? Now, I can't get you their exact number, but I know a range. If I've seen a certain YouTube, I'll use, for example, if I've seen a certain YouTuber roll up with Alexis, and I know they have the same amount of subscribers as me and stuff like that, right? And same amount of views, everything like that, and I see them rolling up in Alexis, I'm either going to think they have a second job or drug dealer. I know this is a bad example, but I'm going to use my brain and be all like, maybe they have another job, or I know that YouTube did not get them that Lexus. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, could the lead attorney get him a Lexus with how much he makes? Yes, he could definitely get him a Lexus. Yeah. And even pay cash for it. But someone like, hell, Cooter Brown, could Cooter Brown get him a Lexus? No. Unless that judge lawyer lady gives him another 31,000, yeah, he could. Most of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and drop the link for y'all. And again, thank you everybody coming in the room. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if this is your first time, and also, thank you to anybody who has donated. I haven't gotten any super chat or super stickers, but if you sent Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, I will thank you later. Scooter can't get a Hot Wheels car. Okay, and most of you guys put one. Y'all would know something is funny because here's my thing. So if Erica, now she hasn't been charged, but if she says like, if she ends up being responsible for knowing something about this whole scam with the orphans and widows, right? Would she still be able to stay on the show because, oh, I didn't know, I didn't control the money, I don't have any idea. And remember, there was 25 million, or it was either 25 or 24 million moved into her business account, and she's still claiming she didn't know anything about that money. Now, at least for me, I know if I get 25 million. This is something like there's even if you rich, and let me tell you, because I used to work for I used to work for a luxury furniture company. I'm not gonna say their name because I hate them, but I used to work for a luxury furniture company. Um, Rich people are very frugal. This is how they stay rich. They're very frugal. They don't like to give money. They ask for discounts on everything. They either ask for discounts or they believe they should have it for free. Rich people ask for discounts or they believe they should have it for free. This is the way rich people think, and this is why rich people stay rich. Um, and they don't like to spend their money. Rich people will always find a way to hustle and find a way they can make even more money. Even if they have a lot of money, they're going to try to make more money. They don't like to give, they don't. This is why you have those big kind of corporations and stuff like that. They know how to move money around and make sure they ain't got to pay no taxes. You know, they don't like to spend no goddamn money. It's a fact. Do a oh wait, hold on. What Miss A.T. Elliott said, do a charade and don't pay people, right? That's what rich people do. They don't pay people. I promise you. They don't pay people. How many times we hear about things like this? Right. I'm trying to have that problem. Right, BB? What's up, Juice? Thank you for coming. Heart inspiration, they are useful words. I've had to say it a few times myself. What's up, heart inspiration? When ladies are getting out of bounds. Mm. Steve C said Erica Shore knew something was going down because that when she got the heck out of the house. By the same token, how can it be that Coach knew nothing? But that's a good one. Did Coach know anything? I still gotta say, and I hate to say this, but Coach, my brother, You knew something. You just have to know. And everybody in the chat, I didn't even see any twos. Everybody put a one, from what I'm understanding. Everybody put a one. And everybody that has been married put a one as well too. Like, you know something is going on. That's just crazy. Yeah, it's a lot of like playing dumb and pretending like they don't know things, but you know something. Coach only worried about his tight end. I love Shady Shannon. She cracked me up. You just know something. I want to see what happens with this Erica situation, but then I also want to see how they're going to handle this Jen situation. Do y'all think that she should be able to Bravocon's over? Do y'all think she should be able to at least come to the reunion to finish out the season, or should they just cut ties? Put a one in the chat. She should be able to come to the reunion. Put a two in the chat if they should just sever all ties and don't let her come to the reunion. What's up, Sunlight? Thank you for coming. Oh, we have Art of Inspiration. Hey, Art of Inspiration, how you doing?
Hey, listen, I'm coming on your show before I come on my own.
What you want to say? And thank you for coming up. I know, like, you just started to give back your voice and everything like that.
Yeah, but them pinto beans and that fried chicken made my throat feel better. Anyway.
Go ahead.
Okay. Erica, I'm sure had some inkling that someone right. Now, sometimes we as women, especially when we're kept women, we turn a blind eye to what we know is going on. Okay. We turn a blind eye. So I think she knew a little bit. She had to have a little inkling, but but it's hard to say. But now she knows. So my thing is, she just acting like she had nothing to do with nothing, or that like there's no remorse on behalf of the man that she was married to. But I guess if you're a gold digger, you don't care. You just don't care how you get yours. Whatever. Who cares about the lowly little people? Jen Shah, this is a tough one for me because I'm going to tell you something. They kept Teresa on there. They kept Teresa's husband on there, Joe Dujiche. You know what I'm saying? So I got a hard time with that. Like, yes, it was tax evasion. So could you say that it was a victimless crime? I suppose you could say that.
That's the argument they're using. It's a victimless crime.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess in that regard, okay, but Jen absolutely shows zero remorse. And I'll tell you something else. If Jen Shah was bringing in the same ratings that Erica Jane was bringing in, she'd still be on that show.
You make a good point. If she was bringing in the money like that, I think what they're thinking is that, oh, we can get somebody else. Like, the ratings ain't too good, so we can just get somebody else to replace her.
Right. If Salt Lake City had blown up like Beverly Hills did as a result of Jen Shah's stuff, then she'd still be on that show. We'd be watching as she walked into the prison. Her cheer rinse would be on the show talking about, I just talked to my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like the friends, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, but Salt Lake City did not blow up in the ratings like Beverly Hills did. So she's not a money maker, and they're all about the money. They're all about the money. Did you bring up, by the way, that it was Candiace that said that it was Monique and Chris breaking up?
It was Candiace? No, go ahead and explain.
You ain't got.
Yeah, that's what.
Well,
because we were saying it was Ashley. Well, she didn't. She said they were going. I think you meant Ashley, right? Ashley is the light-skinned one, not the one pictured right
Oh, you're
here.
right. My bad, Candiace.
Okay,
My
yeah.
bad,
We
Candiace.
talked
I
about that.
apologize, sister. It wasn't you. Yes.
Let me let Sebastian up too.
Yes, that it was. Hey, Sebastian.
Hey guys, how are you guys?
Good.
Good.
So what I'm trying to understand is, Miss Ashley, why did you poke your light-skinned nose in this business? You,
Right. Like
your husband, you may or may not allegedly please your own husband. I think you need to shut up.
Oh,
you right. You right. But
You know,
like I was saying, I was all like, even though Ashley should have kept her mouth shut, I will say that I don't think that what she was saying was completely wrong because now it's being twisted like, oh, Ashley made this up and she was the catalyst of this. Like something was going on. Or do you think nothing was going on?
no, let me tell you something. When I first heard the rumor, I was not shocked
Mhm.
because I was actually surprised they hadn't been split up, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just telling the truth. I can't do nothing else
What's
but
up,
tell the
Pod
truth with this
Squad?
voice. I ain't got time to waste air. So I wasn't shocked. Did not surprise me. But to me, Ashley, listen, sis, you just barely got a storyline. Your storyline is that your husband can't stay at home with you.
no. We're not gonna do that to Ashley now.
Oh, we
Out
are.
of inspiration.
Oh, we are.
Wait, Sebastian, you an Ashley fan
I'm not an Ashley fan.
or a Michael Darby fan?
I'm not an Ashley fan or Michael Darby fan. I'm a Karen fan. But one thing I will say is Ashley knows how to bring the mess and bring the drama that we need to see on the show. So
Oh, that's what you're saying.
yes.
I
Another
suppose
thing
if
is
being humiliated by your husband throwing his, you know what, everywhere across this ocean and the other one, then maybe so. I guess she brings it.
she does when every season Ashley has a storyline. Every season Ashley has managed to have a storyline.
But when they get divorced, does Ashley have a story?
Oh yes, because her mama will probably be under a bridge again.
I don't think she does. Let me ask the chat. Chat. After she gets divorced from Michael, will she have a storyline? Put a 1, yes, she'll have a storyline. Put a 2, sayonara. She might be
Did you
gone.
hear what I said, ATT?
But wait, wasn't the rumor that they weren't really getting a divorce?
No, that's Monique.
No, 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 no.
There has been another rumor that Ashley's not truly divorcing. That rumor has been populating, but the thing is, I don't think. I think she is. I think she is divorcing. The thing is, she has to be separated for a year in the state of Maryland, I believe.
Well,
Yeah, because if they have sex, then it cancels it out, and they have to start the process over too. They were saying that as well.
well, she should be able to stop now. How old is that baby?
Doesn't she have
That's
like?
a good question.
She has one that's 2 and one that should be 1 because they're
I think
exactly a
the
year
youngest
apart.
one. So okay, let's add this up, y'all. If that baby is 1, it take 9 to 10 months to have it. So she ain't had sex with that man in at least a year and a half to almost 2 years. So she should be gonna get divorced, should she?
No, she probably was on birth control.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just saying. See, y'all, I ain't been able to talk y'all for over a week. So those of you that don't know, I got a lot to say. But if the thing is you not having sex, they had sex to make that baby, but they ain't had sex since.
Well, I was just watching what's that show, Sister Wives, with that guy Cody,
Oh,
the
child.
Utah couple and stuff like that. And I was like watching the show because one of his wives are divorcing him. Well, it's like a
Christine Lamb.
spiritual divorce because it was the one that's not legally married
We
to
need to
him.
talk about
But
that
I was
show. We need to talk
but
about that.
right. But
I
I
need
was
to
all
catch
like,
up.
oh, they only have sex to procreate. Like they don't have sex for enjoyment. Or he has sex with his main wife, but not the other ones. Like they get treated like stepchildren. So I was all like, yo, that could be Ashley and Michael Darby.
Um,
What were you saying, Sebastian? Go ahead.
Okay, I have something to say. Here it is. Here's how Ashley's kids are. a couple months ago, like in March, her son turned 1, but technically on the show, as the show was filming, he wasn't 1 yet. He was probably a couple months old.
Mm.
Dylan turned 2 this year.
Okay.
I mean, Dylan turned 2. Ashley's son, Dean, turned 1. Both of them are like Irish twins.
So she ain't had no sex in a year. Come on now.
No,
Stop
she
playing.
has.
Stop playing with me.
She has.
How the baby a year old and she had sex in less than that year?
Because remember, they had sex while last season too, after the baby was born and everything.
That was a damn lie.
I mean, did we see it on camera? So how we know it happened?
Okay, yeah, we don't know what happened, but I think
what didn't happen. Sex?
I do think they are getting divorced. But I want to sound off on the Candiace and her husband, the rumors. The thing that Giselle said about Chris.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it. Go ahead.
First of all, you forgot to mention that Giselle said he was drunk. He was drunk. And I do think the way he was acting at the reunion last time when he was drunk and mad because of Nikki was asking Candiace those questions, I do believe Giselle on that situation. Situation. Even though I don't like Giselle, I personally prefer Candiace over Giselle, but I'm going with Giselle in this situation because when he's drunk, I do think that he probably is uncomfortable.
I could see that very easily too. And it's not, honestly, to me, it's no real shade. I mean, he looks to me to be that kind of guy that would become extremely flirtatious or forward when he's had a little alcohol or whatever substance he's utilizing. I'm not saying anything negative about him per se. I could believe it.
But I don't believe that he would actually go to the extreme because they're on the show. And I was all like, if he gonna pick anybody, Giselle gonna be the one to tell everybody, right?
Well, maybe he thought she was desperate enough and ain't been with no man. Ooh, dang it. Oh, my mouth is bad today.
But the thing is, Giselle said it in a nice way because Giselle could have said it in a different way, but she said how she didn't understand the whole situation until she explained it to Cal, her hairstylist and friend, and then Cal said maybe he was trying you to see where you were at.
I still go back, Candiace or Giselle. Candiace.
I love Candiace more than Giselle.
Giselle is not ugly, by the way. I'm not saying.
No.
Giselle's a beautiful woman. She just needs to get a facelift now.
But she looks good for her age. Let me tell you something. She really does.
She needs a facelift because there's something wrong.
That's it. Sis, call me over here because my daughter-in-law does all this cold stuff. She can get that. You only have to go to the knife.
Oh, your daughter-in-law is an esthetician?
My daughter-in-law does, well, I guess now officially she is, but she does this cool sculpting, or this, not cool sculpting, but this body contouring. So she finna take care of all of this for me. Yo, she finna snatch my body and I don't even have to go under a knife. So come to Wisconsin, she'll take care of you. Anyway, let me say something though. Candiace, if I'm gonna choose, if I'm a man, okay, maybe I would choose Candiace. But Candiace's mouth will make you not want to touch her. Candiace's mouth. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't play with me.
You're right.
Will make you run the other way. I don't care how beautiful or handsome or sexy they are. Now, if you had to listen to Candiace's mouth, you done came through the pandemic. You listen to Candiace's mouth all this time. And her mama, come on, man.
No. I need
the mama. Oh, my
I want her mama back on the show right now. Because that's the only thing Candiace is going to have as a storyline. Because she's born by herself without her mama.
She really is. She really is. Re-releasing songs we didn't want to hear the first time.
Let me let Juice on here. What's up, Juice? How you doing?
Hey, y'all. No cameras right now. I'm trying to get ready for my show tonight, but this hair is not dead yet. Not done, but it's not dead yet.
Sebastian, what were you saying before I let Juice on, and then I'm going to let her go, okay?
Oh, I said how Candiace, Mama Dot, brings a lot. She's mostly the storyline for Candiace. And I don't like the fact that she's not going to be on this season.
I like
I
Candiace.
do think she adds a certain dynamic to it.
Yep.
I think they should bring Candiace's mom on and get rid of Candiace, really.
Yup.
That would work. I agree.
And that bag, have her to bring that bag that she allegedly hit Candiace with.
Wow, pow.
Candiace
But
not
Juice, what is your thoughts on everything? Go ahead and sound off.
Well, I was under my desk trying to hide while I was watching your channel. But you know what? I don't know. Is it really real what's going on with what's her name? The one that sang that she's divorcing now? Her and Chris? Monique and Chris?
Monique, no, they're saying that they're together. She flashed the ring like that. And so I guess that means that they're together. But what I was saying was that where there's smoke, there's fire, because I don't believe that these things would just come out of nowhere. And especially Ashley didn't say that they were separating, but she did say like, oh, she's going through some life changes. And then when the news came out, she was like, oh, they're just on a break right now. So they had some kind of conversation. Go ahead, Juice.
I think Monique and Chris are really going through something real, because if you look at even back to Potomac when they first had that first episode or first scene with Potomac, there were issues even back then. And these things have been going even forward. So there is something going on in the marriage. I do hope that they work it out because I am team marriage. But I have been seeing a lot of red flags with Monique from day one and her husband. Not saying it's her fault or his fault, but it's both theirs because somewhere along the line, neither one of them are working it out. So I don't think that this is fake news. I think really something is going on with the two of them. As far as Jen being fired, I think they are really trying to railroad Jen because Heart of Inspiration. I don't think it was Heart of Inspiration when y'all said the other people that happened, Teresa and her husband, the stuff that happened. So for them to say that they're going to fire her and they let all the other people get away with this kind of stuff. And if we really go back and look at all of Bravo's shows and all of the people that have had run-ins with the law, really, I think Jen's getting a bad railroad,
Yeah, and I talked about what people are saying too. What the people, not me, the people, what they're saying is that what makes a difference is that Teresa said that she didn't know about the situation and that it was her husband that did it, and she just signed the paperwork. Her having ignorance of the law, does that excuse her, Juice?
Well, the law told you that when she got arrested.
And sent to prison. But this is the thing, though, what a lot of us, and this is a good thing for both men and women to know, whenever you're in a relationship like that and you all are doing business or whatever, you are in your family business. Gone should be the days where one party handles everything and the other party knows nothing about the finances.
It's very old school, right?
Exactly. But I am shocked to this day how many people, and it's mainly women, let's just be real, but how many women, people in general, are in marriages and have no idea what's going on with the finances. And Stephanie's right. I forgot that's what it was because it was bankruptcy fraud, wasn't it, Stephanie? That it was
it was like bankruptcy. Yeah,
they didn't report all of their assets to the federal bankruptcy court and the loans and all that stuff.
Right, and I think tax evasion too.
It could have been. I thought it was, but I think what sent them up the river, as they say, was the federal bankruptcy fraud because you'll get thrown in jail for that, prison for that. So, do I think that she knew all the ins and outs of everything? No, I don't.
No.
I really don't.
Right.
Does that Teresa? I don't think Teresa knew.
No, I don't think Teresa did.
No, I don't think she did.
I have something to say about that situation.
Go ahead.
Okay. Joe should have never been deported. I'm gonna say that. Wait, hold on, calm down. I know y'all are Let me explain this.
The way harder
He did
inspiration
not
swing
have
that head around.
he did not have a good attorney to defend his immigration case.
Yeah.
No way in hell.
Yeah.
Because wasn't he a child when his parents decided to become citizens, which technically would make him a citizen, but he never got citizenship? That's why if he were to find a great attorney to fight that case, he could come back to the US.
But honestly, okay, let's be real. I know plenty of people personally who got brought over here as children. One of their parents, if not both, became a citizen. And as soon as they turned 21, they were filing the paperwork to become citizens in their own
And on
right.
top of that, he had the means. Like, he wasn't somebody struggling or anything
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what
I
I'm
would get if you
saying.
were struggling, but you were somebody who had the means to
Right.
get that done.
I
You
know
know,
a
it wasn't
relative
like you
who's
were too
in that
busy
situation.
working, a standard 9 to 5. Like, you had the money to get this done. I've never
Right.
really heard of rich people having a problem getting their papers.
They don't. And he was married to Teresa for how long?
20
Come
something
on now.
years, 21 years.
So you couldn't file your papers? Come on now. I know women right now that got married to somebody that's not, whatever. And then they filed that paperwork quick. Okay, quickly. It wasn't important to him.
No, he had paperwork. He had a green card. He never became a US citizen.
But they take it to the next level is what I'm saying. They finish it all. I can't listen, you
Right.
saying that he shouldn't got deported just because I get it. He wasn't a violent criminal, but you should get deported because you was too silly. You thought you was all that. And
That's
you thought you
true.
was
That's
never
true.
gonna get caught.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
So
think he got real comfortable
Right.
being here. I think he got comfortable. But going back to with Jen, look at this with Joe. Joe, even after he got arrested, I mean, before he got arrested, he was still on the show. They were still filming with Joe. And then after he got arrested and got out, the film crew went all the way overseas to
they sure
film
did.
with Joe.
They did, huh?
They sure
Right.
So
did.
they do love criminals on the show.
I mean, and
But that's a
Apollo
different
was on the
Allegedly, I don't
show.
know.
Apollo was on the show when he got out.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. So
And
they,
still on the show when he got locked back up again for the same crime.
Right.
And got a confessional, so that means he was paid too.
Come on now. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if Jen did not do something right. She pissed somebody off.
Maybe
Right.
Jen is
She
too
pissed
close
somebody
to
off.
maybe Jen too close to our color.
No, but Apollo's,
Mm.
I mean, he lighter than
Well,
me.
Apollo, yeah,
But
Apollo
Apollo is a
like.
guest. He's not a paid person. He's a guest on the show, isn't he?
Yeah, but he
Didn't
was
they
paid.
pay?
Once you have a confessional, you're paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you get a confessional,
He was
Yeah.
good to look at,
that's too
though.
much airtime.
There's some kind of perks that he's getting, obviously.
Mhm.
But
But
one
I'm
thing
sure
I
he
do
got
know,
paid.
Jen Shah, she did this to herself. I think the main reason why they cut all ties with her is because this sis was literally proclaiming innocence for the whole time.
I think you hit the
can't
nail on
lie.
the head, Sebastian.
All
I
these
think that's
other
true.
ones realized they did something wrong. She was saying she was innocent. I am innocent. Even in the beginning of the season, we still seeing her saying that she's innocent. Wait till the end. That's when she pleads guilty.
Yeah.
So this
I
is
think
all
that's
her fault.
But then who says I'm guilty? Like, who says
She
I'm
should have
guilty
took a
though?
deal. She should have took a deal like Stewart. Now Stewart gonna be out in 8 years. Jen is gonna be out in what, 18
Mhm.
years.
Did she get
And I
sentenced
think
for
she's a
that?
little, cocky, telling people allegedly what they said was that. Oh, and make sure you guys hit that like button too. Hit that like button. But what it was allegedly being said was that at Bravocon, when she was trying to sneak into the event, but she had to hang out at the outside in the hotel. She was telling people that she wasn't going to face any jail time.
Yup.
Now, can your
That's what she
lawyer
told
tell
Tanya.
you, like, hey, you're not going to face any jail time? And why would you say that even if it is true?
Well, your lawyer can tell you that, but usually in these cases, you may or may not face jail time, right?
Mhm.
But it's ultimately up to the judge. So no matter what the recommendation of the prosecutor is, or the pleadings or the ask of the defense counsel is, it's up to the judge whether or not the judge wants to ultimately give jail, what sentence they wish to impose. So I think that was her and her hubris.
Oh, because I'm thinking her lawyers probably told her like, "Yo, you ain't gonna face no jail time. You just gonna be
That was
picking up
Jen
trash at the
Shah.
side of the road. I promise you." They
They,
probably told her she gonna do a little community service. She gonna have to do community service at Mary Cosby Church or something like
child,
that, and that's why she thinks this is a game, basically.
Y'all really trying to bring Mary Cosby back. Y'all got Jen trying to
Yes, bring back Mary.
Mary's vindicated. Y'all need to stop. Mary's vindicated.
want
All
Mary
her
Cosby
charges were
back.
proven. Mary's
Yeah,
vindicated.
they need Mary Cosby back. She's the only
They
one that could
vindicated
like
Mary.
get them girls like
All
shaking in
her
their boots.
charges
She's the
were
only one who could
proven to be
stir them up
false.
and like get them going. But
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and end the show right here, you guys. Thank you, Heart of Inspiration. What time is your show?
child, I don't know.
Oh, she already got it
Sometime
scheduled.
tonight. Sometime I
Okay,
ain't got it on the
tonight. Oh,
schedule yet. Sometime tonight, probably about, I don't know, give me an hour or two. We'll be on.
okay, about an hour or two. Okay,
Yeah.
and then Juice, what time are you going on today?
7:30 Eastern
Oh, I'll
Standard
be coming,
Time.
Juice. I am subscribed to your channel. I'll be coming.
Oh, thank you. Yay! I don't have crab legs to give you them commercials, but AT2 will play that for you. AT2 will play. Thank you so much, Sebastian. I'm going to be on tonight at 7:30 talking about these married to medicine ladies and these housewives of Potomac.
No problem.
Awesome. And Sebastian, thank you for coming on as well too.
No problem.
All right, bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, thank you guys. Oh, Stephanie, did you want to kind of speak on the legal stuff? Is
I
that why you
do.
came up?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I
go ahead
do.
and close us out.
Okay, so I'll just be real quick. Okay, so sometimes, a lot of times, there are no possibilities for someone convicted of certain things to stay in the country. They have to be deported. There's no exceptions. There's no do not pass go, do not collect $200. It's over, and they can't come
Right,
back.
and Chantel said it was federal crime too, so
And
that's what made it.
And because the loss was over $10,000 and it was fraud, that means that it was all. There's very, very little way to plead that down unless you get the amount put down or get the charge changed to like a theft or something, which is very rare in federal court. It's going to be an aggravated felony, and when you hit
Mm,
aggravated felony stance, doesn't matter if you have a green card. It doesn't matter if your parents are citizens. Doesn't matter if your wife is a citizen. If you never adjusted to citizenship, you ain't staying and you ain't coming back.
mm.
Um, and so it is, something that not just Joe is experiencing. It's a lot of people out here are experiencing that, and the immigration system is nothing to play with. It
Right,
is,
right.
it's very harsh. It's very unforgiving, and it's just very it's a lot more complicated than people think.
Right, and I've never heard of anybody come. And this is just in general, not in Joe's case, but I've never heard of anybody getting kicked out and coming back. I don't think
No,
there
that
is a coming.
no, and if you come back after you've been forcefully deported, which means if you got an aggravated felony, you cannot voluntarily depart. If you come back after you've been, you know, deported by the United States, not you just left on your own volition, which is sometimes possible for certain convictions. But if you
Hmm.
come back, it's another charge. It's a unlawful injury, and that's some good time. That's a big chunk. Um, and
Wow.
yeah, and so another thing is that I was kind of trying to figure out if Teresa really stood up and tried to tell the judge that she didn't have anything to do with this, because
Hmm.
if she did not take responsibility, that means she gets more points on her sentencing guideline. And then the sentencing guideline, basically it's a chart, and you have certain points, and it depends on how far
Right.
you move across the graph. and you get extra points if you don't take responsibility. It's very, very, very rare that somebody would actually, if they're going to plead guilty anyway, that they would not take responsibility, so they don't get that extra time. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. And so, and then the other thing I was going to say is what was the other thing I was going to say?
Jen?
No, oh yeah. I think part of the problem with Jen, I think her her case is sort of it rubs people the wrong way because of who the primary.
Victims were. Right.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So I think that's kind of the reason why people are saying, like, yeah, she's kind of persona non grata with the public right now,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
And then what do you feel about her saying that she's not going to jail allegedly?
Well, oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, your attorney, the defense attorneys should never, and I will highly doubt they did. We never, ever, ever tell somebody they're going to get a particular result. It's the bar. It doesn't matter where you're licensed. The bar does not allow it. Second of all, it's dishonest. It's unethical, and you never ever do that. You never do that. In fact, she could turn around and perhaps um, you know, have an appeal based on something to the effect of involuntary plea, because if her defense attorneys did indeed tell her she was not going to be incarcerated, she could turn around and say, I pled on bad advice and it was involuntary. So, I doubt they did that. She was
Right.
probably doing that. They might have told her to say that in public, but they told her different in real life. Does that make
Right,
sense?
right,
Yeah.
right. I,
Yeah.
I think basically she's here. I think also as well she's hearing what she wants to hear,
That's that's another thing.
and
Yeah.
she's taking that and being like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna be fine, because I do believe that she probably thought she was going to fight this case in court, and then I think they had to sit her down and be like, hey, you need to plead guilty, and we can help you.
And a lot of times it is very, very difficult to fight the mandatory minimums. It is very, very hard to fight those mandatory minimums. It's the federal government has a weapon that the states don't have. Well,
Hmm.
right. I mean, most states, I can't think of a single state that has a mandatory minimum, like sentencing guidelines, the way the federal government has, where they have
Right,
that hammer hanging over your head for failure to take responsibility, failure to tell what and they could put you in jail in prison for longer. And it's very, very hard to look into that abyss and to have it look back at you, say, are you really going to be a G about this and say, put me away as long as you want to, because I'm not telling on nobody, I'm not taking responsibility. It's very,
right.
very difficult. It's a rare person that's going to do that. So, and it's just not very likely. I mean, it doesn't happen very often.
Right, right. And Sydney, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Stephanie, was there anything else that you wanted to say, or was that it basically?
I think that's it. I mean, it's unfortunately we as the public let the federal government run away in the 80s and 90s when we thought they were our friends and they were going to save us from drugs on the corner and the mafia and organized crime and gangs and all that stuff. And we kind of let them run rampant over us, and now we are feeling the pressure of it, because if you get caught up,
Right,
if you get caught up, you're in a very, very weak position. Very weak. Whether you're innocent or
right,
not, you're in a very weak position.
right. And it's funny that you mentioned um, that, because I have heard that the New Jersey, and I have to say allegedly, they have some kind of mob or mafia ties or something like that. It wouldn't surprise me. So,
I mean, I ain't going there. I ain't going there.
thank you for coming, Stephanie. I appreciate
Okay.
you as always.
All right.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming to the show. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you to Stephanie, Sebastian, Heart of Inspiration and Juice Radio. Thank you guys for coming up. I appreciate everybody's opinion. We had a good show today, so make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you already haven't. Thank you for the super sticker, Sydney, and because you did that, we got to play a commercial and we out. Deuces, y'all.
Girl, he was supposed to have go get him a lawyer. Instead, he was at the buffet eating crab legs, sucking on crab legs. Girl, he was over there just cracking them crab legs and sucking on them and eating